Do you know why the attacker is not getting pinged, even if I'm scanning him through the camera? Well, I will cover that out, as well as the other cool and not known tricks with the Alibi. I'll also be talking about a few Alibi setups to give you the mindset why Alibi is not only great to stop the attackers vaulting over the windows. If you're interested in the Pro League match reviews, as well as your ranked, faceit, and similar match reviews, make sure to drop me a follow on the Twitch. Timestamps are available as we'll start from the very basics, the loadout. Alibi brings 3 speed and 1 armor on the table, a pretty powerful submachine gun, MX that you should always pick over the other primary gun, and a pocket shotgun bailiff that is generally better than the other pick, which is also a good secondary. She brings both important secondary gadgets, impact as well as the deployable shield. Alibi is one of the best solo queue operators, as she's the only, aside from the Cavalry, that brings a pocket shotgun with impacts on a 3-speed operator. This will allow you to have a creative solo queue setup and deny a lot of attackers pressure just by yourself. Knowing how to use clones to your solo as well as the stack setup will just benefit you. So speaking about that, let's talk about her ability. At last but not at least, shields are the meta right now. So if you're in a stack, you will generally want to take a deployable shield instead of the impacts. She has 3 Alibi prismas that when deployed are stationary Alibi-like holograms that tag mostly anyone that goes through them as well as anyone that shoots through them. Or goes with a drone through them. They will be tagged and their location will be revealed for a very short period of time, as you can see. However, if Nock, when activating her gadget, goes through the hologram, she won't be detected, so make sure to have this in mind if you're using the Alibi Prisma by the windows. I could get a few kills just because of this ability. It is important to know that holograms are not moving, and they are in the ADS mode with the old default skins, and the gun has no attachment. However, even if you, as Alibi, have skin, this shouldn't be a huge deal, as you'll be putting prisms to trigger or delay the reaction. Playing the Alibi prisms is usually not recommended in the higher MMR, neither outside. Either is an outside Alibi prisma. 2. The outside one is a little less expected, right? One more thing is, you can destroy the hologram by shooting the meta thing that connects the legs between the hologram. Important thing to mention is, when you have the Alibi in your team, anyone that runs out, their identity will be hidden. That means they won't know if Frost, Valkyrie, or Pulse run out, which could be somewhat useful, especially if you're using an outside Velcomet or an outside Volky camera. If you threw a hologram outside of the building, they will also be spotted for the entirety of the round. As long as the hologram is outside, giant red tags will appear for the attackers. We'll use this technique for some other cool techniques, but later on. When is Alibi picked? Alibi is picked when you have enough of the meta operators, such as Melusi or Maestro, or Goyo, or anything bulletproof, in the lineup, and you want to make your firepower even better. Alibi also brings the bulletproof stuff, the deployable shield, which are hands down the best secondary gadget as of now. Alibi is picked when you want to lower down the reaction of your opponent. Let's go for an example in the clubhouse, and the question is, what do you all see in the background? Let me just showcase now that Alibi was there as well. Proning, and if you have seen here, that's great. However, my follow-up question is, how quickly did you see her? And did you see the quicker the Alibi Prism or the proning Alibi? Let's check out the Pro League match with neat Alibi Prism setup that I will explain after the clip. In the clip, you can see how Nomad will shoot the prisms. So just because they're static, that doesn't mean they won't be shot.
He's just waiting for the moment he needs to peek on out, and he finds it.
As Alibi, you're delaying the reaction time, such as double guessing if that's you or not, or another example on the clubhouse, masking your pivotal position. Or you're triggering them to shoot the hologram. Either way, they will always have to double guess where you are. Let's go back to the Twitch clip, shall we? The setup consists of the 2 Alibi prisms, one behind the desk, default spot to be as a defender, and another one behind the shield. The setup is like this because if anyone is playing in these spots, and there is usually has to be a defender, The moment one of the prisms gets shot, they can prone or crouch next to the hologram and get a free kill onto the attacker the moment they re-peek. We have used here Alibi for something that many people are not using Alibi, which is, if the attacker is already shot once the hologram, they'll most likely check the spot again, but will be more aware of the other spots, which leaves you opportunities to be prone by the first hologram they have shot. Due to them being less aware of that spot, they'll be freebies. With that being said, that's another way of using Alibi prisms other than the window. You can prone or crouch behind them to have a pixel angle onto the attackers, and only you decide when that pixel angle becomes a white peak due to the hologram being gone when you start to shoot. Speaking about that, it's really good to move in and out of the hologram so the attackers hear the sound of someone entering or leaving it, and to possibly force them to shoot the hologram once again. Example, let's go to the theme park, cafe, with this setup. Going in and out of the hologram will just confuse the attackers. Where are you? Are you in the hologram or not? With that delayed reaction time, you can hold another angle onto them. I had talked about the windows and the prisms. The best way to do it is to angle them so they can be even harder to destroy from the windows. This is especially handy if attackers can repel over that window. If attackers can repel, such as on the coastline's kitchen window, then they will be forced to use the utility. Now the question is, to put or not to put the free prisms. There is no reason to keep one in the pocket, unless you want to do something specific with it. Remember, with the Alibi prism, unless on the windows, you're either delaying the attacker's reaction time or triggering them to hit the Alibi's hologram, whereas it gives you the opportunity to be in a place that attackers might not notice as soon. That is exactly what we can do in this setup by Thorn on the theme park. There are just too many obstacles for the attackers to see where the actual defender is. Free human-like holograms do not help. This also means using prisms in the objective is totally fine. Here's a pro clip of two Alibi prisms in the objective, next to each other, but notice how the one hologram peeks from the left side of the benches and the other one from the right side of the benches.
Force the wall and just bandit trick is probably the safer option.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it, is obviously they're playing a dangerous game and it comes with dangerous risks, but you can also get really...
There are some tips about using carpets to hide the destructible part of the prism, but that's only effective if they can see it. But at that moment, you're probably using the prism in the wrong way. Before the most advanced things, a quick note how to make rotation with the Alibi. Always use all your 5 bullets, because reloading speed is the same. Make it in a way as a 5-shaped star. It's especially handy when you're solo queuing and you have to open up the holes for yourself as quick as possible. Okay, so for the next 8 spots, we'll use the same idea. We'll have a breakable or an unbreakable spot outside that will continuously say that the enemies are detected outside. This means that any new runout won't be here, but only additional icon will appear. The voicer won't say that the enemies were detected outside, as the hologram is still detected. Not only that, this will allow you to ping any attacker for free without them knowing it, inside or outside. And yes, I'm talking about the red ping. This is basically a yellow ping on the steroids, showing exactly where the attacker is without any sound or without them knowing anything. This works because the "you have been spotted" cannot be written over enemy detected outside. I have found a camera trick from the Sir Muscles on the YouTube. Having said this, let me give you the example on the bank. One of the most simple through on the generator. This one will be non-breakable unless climbed on this wall. So try to put the prism facing the wall. Well, you cannot see, but now I'm being spotted inside of the building. If you don't trust me, let's see how the defender will know where I am even if I moved on the other wall.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Moving on, I couldn't find good breakable or non-breakable spots on the chalet, villa, or cafe. Also, the breakable spots are supposed to force the attackers to waste the time getting rid of it. It also helps if you can know where they will spawn. Having said this, let's go to just examples. Club. Non-breakable spot can be from the CC window or garage, depending on your likes.
You will be detected if you remain in this area. Your location has been compromised.
Oregon. 2 breakable spots, depending on the spawns.
Fall back. You have entered an enemy-controlled area. Leave now. Your location has been compromised.
Canal. Non-breakable spot.
Located. You have entered an enemy-controlled area. Leave now. You have been spotted by hostiles. Fall back.
Theme Park. Breakable spot from the outside cafe door.
Compromised.
Consulate. Breakable spot from the admin window. Border. Non-breakable spot from the ventilation window. Also can be from the office. Outback. Thanks to the Stevix. Non-breakable spot. And coastline. Non-breakable spot. Hard one to get one to practice. From the courtyard balcony. Thank you for watching this video and staying with me for this long, and thanks all the patrons and YouTube members for making this video available. If you want to learn all the basics and advanced things about the Siege, make sure to give me a like, subscribe and click notification bell to get all notifications from my channel. Make sure to give me feedback down in the comment section below.